In 1976, Carlo Cipolla published an essay entitled The Basic Laws of Human Stupidity. He laid out 5 basic laws. Law 1. A stupid person is someone who causes losses to another person or to a group while themselves deriving no gain and even possibly incurring losses. Law 2. Always and inevitably, everyone underestimates the number of stupid people in circulation. We need 2 axes to visualize how people operate in the 4 quadrants of people that exist in society. The x-axis plots the benefits to the individual. People may either seek benefits for themselves or they might incur losses on themselves. The y-axis plots benefits for others. People may either follow a strategy to create benefits for others or create losses for others. At the very center of the graph are ineffectual people. Those who incur losses to themselves while creating benefits for others are helpless people. Those who create benefits for others while also benefiting themselves are intelligent people. Those who create benefits for themselves while causing losses to others are bandits. And finally, those who incur losses to both themselves and others are stupid people. Law 3. The probability that a certain person will be stupid is independent of any other characteristic of that person. Don't be fooled by flashy degrees or other superficial signs of intelligence. Someone might have good engineering skills and have figured out how to grow a business, but be utterly clueless on how to create real value for society and themselves in the long run. Law 4. Non-stupid people always underestimate the damaging power of stupid individuals, as lack of intent and lack of self-interest is destructive in ways we don't expect and understand. Law 5. A stupid person is the most dangerous type of person. Competition is a great strategy to filter for the best individuals to form a group. Collaboration, on the other hand, is a good strategy to filter for the best group among other groups. So they both have a place in our survival. Stupidity doesn't. Stupidity gets the group killed. So we have defined what stupidity is, answered the question why it is so dangerous, and outlined the difference between stupidity and selfishness. But we have a final question left. Why do we hate it so much? We can consider our interactions with stupid people and its effects on groups in the same category as social or moral transgressions, which activate a brain region called the insula. This brain region is one of the primary activity centers in the presence of disgusting stimuli, rotten food, bad animals, bugs, poor hygiene, skin abnormalities, and so on. Other functions of the insula include compassion, empathy, taste, perception, motor control, self-awareness, cognitive functioning, and interpersonal experience. It's no mystery these are all connected.
Why am I the only person on this stage, at least, who can say that January 6th now does look like it was an inside job? That the government lied to us for 20 years about Saudi Arabia's involvement in 9/11? That the Great Replacement Theory is not some grand right-wing conspiracy theory, but a basic statement of the Democratic Party's platform? That the Great Replacement Theory is not some grand right-wing conspiracy theory.
Yo, if I was Vivek Ramaswamy's mom, I'd slap the shit out of him. Imagine coming to this country with your husband, all to give a better life for your children, and he gets on stage in front of a room where I can only assume is 99.9% white, and say that the Great Replacement Theory is true. As someone who personally comes from immigrant parents, if I said some shit like that, I know there would be a wooden spoon with my name written all over it.
It's Michael Popak, Legal AF. We got some amazing news coming out of Wisconsin concerning their fake electors. We've got fake electors being addressed by attorney generals all across the country in battleground states, mainly through the indictment and criminal justice process. But here in Wisconsin, on this reporting, all 10 of the fake electors there have settled a civil lawsuit brought by ordinary citizens as plaintiffs against them, in which they have agreed, among other things, to renounce their certificates and to declare once and for all that they believe that Joe Biden won the election and agree never to serve as electors for Donald Trump, real or imagined, ever again.
If you're correct, if you have that evidence.
No, just forget about the evidence. If I'm right that China took our country right now, do you care? Would that bother you? Would that bother you?
But you have to show the proof, right?
No, would that bother you?
Of course it would.
Okay, then why do you think I keep going? Do you think I like getting attacked?
We trust, House Republicans trust the American people to draw their own conclusions. They should not be dictated by some narrative and accept that as fact. So they can review the tapes themselves. We're going through a methodical process of releasing them as quickly as we can. As you know, we have to blur some of the faces of persons who participated in the events of that day because we don't want them to be retaliated against and to be charged by the DOJ and to have other concerns and problems.
Seven counts of wire fraud, 3 counts of money laundering, 1 count of theft of public funds, and 2 counts of making materially false statements to the House of Representatives.
He falsified a list of campaign donors to the FEC, and he used campaign funds to pay down his own credit card debt.
Such as thousands of dollars on Botox treatments, trips to Atlantic City, payments to OnlyFans, and thousands more on luxury goods.
Some members of Congress yesterday were remarking that I'm surprised it took this long. Well, part of the reason was that they kept finding new things to investigate.
They uncovered more inconsistencies than we ever thought possible.
I think we can all look back and say, this is not how at least I thought this year would go.
Why is it in 2021 and 22, 2 years ago and last year, we saw such incredible inflation, particularly in these countries? And what they found was that in the UK, for example, profits rose by 30%, with 11% of those companies garnering super profits. In the US, the profits were even more excessive, involving 33% of the fully 1/3 of all American companies listed on the stock exchanges were engaging in price gouging, and that was driving inflation. They specifically call out giant energy companies, mining companies, and monopolistic food companies, telecommunications companies, technology companies, and banking companies.
The brief continues. The president can't be criminally prosecuted for his official acts. Yeah, but here's the thing. It is not an official act of a U.S. president to try to overturn the results of a presidential election or cling to power criminally, unconstitutionally. Not an official act, well beyond the scope of the duties of a president. Moving on to the next absurdity. The prosecution's sole contention of urgency is its desire to maintain the unconstitutional trial date of March 4, 2024. So apparently Donald Trump's lawyers think that by gratuitously dropping the word unconstitutional into a sentence, it somehow makes it so. That sentence is nonsensical blather. There's nothing unconstitutional about a March 4, 2024 trial date.
Whatever happened to them, it's unfortunate if other people overreact, but everything I said about them is true.
Do you regret what you did to Ruby?
Of course I don't regret. I told the truth. They were engaged in changing votes.
There's no proof of that.
Oh, you're damn right there is. Stay tuned.
Shoot! I think the car just died. Seriously, this is not happening.
Why did we stop? What happened?
Are we stuck? It's fine. We'll sit here for a minute and I will call someone.
But what if there's a train coming?
Don't worry, there's never a train here. And I'm sure we would hear one coming from pretty far away.